Hey guys, hope you're having a great morning so far on this Thursday as we're so close to the weekend. I normally do our Coffee Talks live, but I'm in an area that's like in a little valley and I'm not getting great reception. So I thought I would just tape this for you really quick. So hopefully you get a little bit of a news update. And those of you who watch live, I really appreciate that. But most of you watch when you can, which is exactly what I want, just whenever it's convenient for you. So I think there's a few really important stories to watch today. We have some really important global stories. We have really important local stories. But the two things that you should know that have happened on an international stage that we should watch are happening in North Korea and then another one happening in the Middle East. By the time you watch this video, there could be developments on these stories, so just be aware of that. But here's the big picture. We have the Chinese president visiting for the very first time North Korea. The first time for a Chinese president in 14 years. Now, this particular Chinese president actually has visited North Korea more recently, but in a different role. But it's significant because it's the Chinese leadership on an official visit to North Korea, the first one we've seen in more than a decade. And some think the timing of this trip is really crucial because this is before a major economic summit next week with the G20. These are the most powerful economies in the world, where President Trump and the president of China are expected to meet on the sidelines to discuss trade. That's a really big deal because you know China and the United States are the two largest economies in the entire world. So we want to see trade terms that are favorable to us as Americans come into effect. And that's really what these trade talks are about. What some analysts think is that the Chinese president is in North Korea in part to try to help bring North Korea back to the negotiating table with the United States when it comes to nuclear issues, as a way to then turn to the United States and say, hey, listen, we're being a partner here and we're trying to help you with North Korea. So, help us with this trade deal. Like, come on. Because remember, we're one, if not the top customer of Chinese goods. So that's a little bit of what's happening in the world. Significant trip that's happening in North Korea by the Chinese president. Second thing you should know in no particular order, some drama happened overnight. Iran says that it shot down a U.S. surveillance drone over Iranian territory. At first, the U.S. military did not comment on this. I saw this news around 1 o'clock in the morning when I woke up. But the U.S. wasn't commenting, but now it is. Central Command is commenting and saying, listen, we do have surveillance drones in the area. They weren't over Iran. They were over the Strait of Hormuz, which, as you know, is a very important waterway. This is the same waterway that the tankers, those oil tankers, were heading into when they were attacked exactly a week ago. So the United States says, hey, we had a surveillance aircraft in the area that you shot down that wasn't over your airspace, it was over international airspace, which would be an illegal move technically. One of the things I want to show you, and you'll see this, I'll put this back up on, and let me see if I can just turn the video camera. When we say drones, like I think about the drones that, you see kids flying around in the playground. Like this isn't that type of drone. This is what it looks like, okay? Can you see that? It's big. It's significant. So it's not like something little that the Iranians shot down. So watch this space, watch this news. This is important. I don't even want to pontificate on what it can mean. So let's just see where it goes from here. So we'll be watching further statements from the U.S. government on that. Finally, one of the videos that we're highlighting today is video that came out from the Cleveland Clinic. What you should know is that this is not the first time ever that this procedure took place. And what it is it's a procedure of a baby in utero that was able to be operated on and continue to grow in the mother's belly until the baby was born. I'm obviously not using medical terms here for this, but I think this is how we talk. If you have a chance to see the video, the animation is just so incredible. Yes, other hospitals have done it before. This is the first time the Cleveland Clinic did it. But when you have a new way of seeing something, it really opens your eyes to all these possibilities in the medical field. And I think it's worth it for you to just check out today because it's like, whoa, that's what I thought. I showed it to my husband and he was like, whoa. So I hope you have the same reaction because it's just a reminder of like, wow. Yes, I know they've done these surgeries before, but one of the things that this surgery allowed this particular child to do is to grow longer, develop longer within the mother, which is better for the baby. So check out that video if you can today. So we have a nice balance of international news and some local news that's pretty phenomenal. Two other quick stories just want you to just flag for you. There's been a swarm of earthquakes in California that, everyone wonders when the next big one is. And so there's been 1,000 small earthquakes in this 1 mile square area near Los Angeles. Just sort of like, kind of interesting. And check out the story on bees that we put forward and quick quotes, because bees really affect so much that we don't even think about. And there's some news that bee experts are not too excited about that could have far-reaching consequences. So check that out. And if you know anyone with severe allergies, there's a new ruling that's hopefully going to allow people with severe allergies or their children who have severe allergies to travel easier. So a couple of things that are on our site. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you later, and check out more developments as you can on Smarter News, info@Smarter News if you'd like to chat. Always love to hear from you. Talk to you later.